conflict is a natural, necessary part of life, right? We're going to face it over and over again throughout our life. And it's nothing to shy away from. It's nothing to be afraid of. But at the same time, it's knowing your place and knowing that you pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? And you pick and choose it at the point of conception, right? And when you do battle somebody, and when you do have to engage in conflict with somebody, it should not be to hurt the other person, right? It should be to come to a consensus, or come to or come to, an understanding. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to deal with it, you give it to God. You know what I'm saying? But it's difficult to transmute the energy of conflict because those feelings come up over and over again, right? We tend to play out a scenario over and over again in our mind. But you have the power, we have the power to see that thing for what it is. Like initially, you're going to experience it as the ego experiences it, right? Because that is our first point of, our that's what we see at first, right? So then we go through those emotions and then we process it in order to get a right perspective on the situation, on the issue. It's a matter of processing the issue, right? It's a matter of to get back to peace, you process it. You don't just deflect it. Like I said, deflecting, but deflecting in the sense that you process it so that it's no longer an issue in your world, right? Not to let go of not to suppress the issue so that it's lingering in the back of your mind. It's lingering in the back of how in the back of your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it build up on you. It's like when you're dealing with it, be patient with yourself. Let yourself go through those stages. Let yourself process, so that you can come back to a place of peace. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fake. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to be fake and say it's not there. If it's there, it's there, right? If you have to deal with it in a certain way, deal with it in a way that maintains your peace. Deal with it in a way where you don't have to be fully invested in wanting to get back at a person or wanting to harm another person. You know what I'm saying? Even when that conflict comes up over and over again, because trust, until you have processed it, it will come up over and over again in your being. And then you have to keep telling yourself the truth. You have to keep distilling that energy until it transmutes, But it's important to learn to process that energy with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If that person is fully hell bent on causing havoc in your life, that's the energy that they're in. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have it's not your job to fix their energy, right? It's their choice whether they want to fix their energy or not. So what you have control over, and I'm not saying, be super controlling over yourself to where you restrict yourself, but where you have power is the power to change what you do, the power to change how you feel, the power to change what's in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And then that goes out and hopefully it'll influence the other person. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But it's not your job to go and find that person to tell them what they did wrong and this and that, because that energy is against you, right? That energy is looking for you to do that. That energy wants you to engage with it. You know what I'm saying? So that you can be in the drama, so that you can be in the midst of what it's trying to do, in the midst of the issue. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to stay out of the midst of the issue, process it in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Where you have that power, where you have that control. And watch how it transforms, and it transforms your life, And this doesn't mean never try to work things out with people, because, there are reasonable people out there where you can work things out, and maybe they didn't see it in that way. And maybe they, you know what I'm saying? Where two people can confront each other and come to a consensus, right? That is definitely possible. That is, ideal. You know what I'm saying? But if it doesn't happen that way, it's not your job to make it happen that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not your job to force somebody to see it a certain way. It's your job to heal you, to maintain your peace, to give out that positive energy, to oppose that negative energy. You know what I'm saying? To know what's yours and what's not yours, and to discern and have that balance, restore that balance in your life. Because that's all these issues are doing, are creating imbalances in our life, right? And so if we know how to heal that, if we can fix that imbalance without going through the whole, the whole issue, and going through the whole problem, and creating enemies, and creating resentment and hurt. You know what I'm saying? If we could do all, if we understand where it starts, and we understand how to end it, why not do that for ourselves? If we understand that this is just a low vibrational entity, if we understand that this is just a low vibrational energy, why not pull ourselves out?